So, guys, as news that has come out in the past hour or so, Nuno may not actually be happening. Before we do get into all that, I do just want to welcome you guys into the chat. So, Anthony, it's good to see you in the live again. What are you? And also the Pride of Gothenburg. Good to see you in the chat as well. Nuno is good, but I don't think his appointment you would associate with winning trophies. We've already lost that one in Jose, and we missed a second chance with Conte. Definitely, I agree with what you've said there, Anthony. I wasn't really happy with the appointment of being Nuno, but now could potentially not be happening. It's just getting worse and worse. Clearly, Levy doesn't give a toss about winning anything. True, definitely true. You know. Hi, the Pride of Gothenburg. It's good to see you in the chat here for the first time. And I think my brother is about to join me. So we'll just get him seated. Are you joining me or are you not?
No, I'm getting it.
Okay, so he's not joining me. I thought that's why he came down, but
No,
he's getting a drink. So we'll not be welcoming Billy into the chat or my life. Yes?
What?
What? You have to come out. You have to come down at the wrong time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you don't want to join? No.
I'm not in the mood.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
Because this internet is bad.
What's that got to do with my life? I wouldn't be surprised if we start the season where Ryan makes them. Yeah, I agree, definitely. I can definitely see that happening. I feel like that could have been Levy's plan all along, just to keep going on with these potential managers. And then eventually he'll be like, oh no, this didn't work out, but we're trying. Oh, but this didn't work out, but we're trying. And then we get to the season, and it's like, Ryan Mason is our manager. He keeps staring at me. So if we don't get Nuno, who's your guys' preferred option? Obviously, Ryan Mason is not my next option, but I had this feeling a few days ago that we'll just end up with Ryan Mason. And don't get me wrong, I respect Ryan Mason. You know, he's a good player for Spurs, but he's just not ready to be long-term manager. What are you doing now? So guys, Billy's just really, really distracting me right now. Oh my goodness. What else? What are you doing? Taking some tabs. Is anyone really surprised though that this deal is potentially falling through?
What?
Nuno, the old Wolves manager. We were in talks with him, but now he's unsure if he'll actually be appointed. I literally tweeted this a few hours ago that I was like, how many more hours until this deal breaks through? And it looks like it's happening. Yeah.
For the manager.
A good thing with playing three in the back is to see Ryan Sessegnon and Lobos skip. Yeah, I agree. I was excited to see them both come back this season. But now that we haven't even got a manager and pre-season starts so soon, I'm not looking forward to this new season whatsoever. I don't know. I don't know. Right, can you hurry up because you're being a bother. Did you see a few weeks ago where Oliver Skip was house hunting in Norwich? I don't want to read too much into that, but I saw that and I was thinking, okay. Goodbye, man.
Hmm?
Goodbye.
You say goodbye, my love.
You did not say goodbye, man. Oh my goodness. Right. Finally, Billy's gone. So my last shoot was going to be something completely different when I planned to do it tonight. It was going to be about appointing Nuno and like the positives and negatives and whatever. And then we're going to talk about some transfers. But now that's sort of fallen through. So we'll probably just talk about the fact that Nuno could potentially not be happening and the mess that Tottenham are in. And we've been in it for nearly, over 2 months now since we sacked Mourinho. I do still want to touch on transfers just because I plan to do it and I don't want to throw away my whole first idea. So we will be talking about transfers. But first, we'll be talking about this managerial situation, which we feel like I've been doing in every single live stream that I've been doing. So we're just going to carry on with that and we're just going to speak about this Nuno thing. To be honest, I'm so not surprised that Daniel Levy is messing this up once again. Anthony Gray, get Potter on a short-term contract, 18 months to 2 years. He's meant to be more attacking-minded. The Spurs way of new ideas. If good, extend his contract. If no good, Potter will be available. I agree with this. I feel like Graham Potter would be a better appointment than Nuno or anyone we could potentially be getting in. Obviously, didn't he just sign a 5-year deal with Brighton? So it would cost money. Levy would have to pay compensation to get him out. So I don't know. I feel like that is probably why Levy's like Graham Potter, no, because you have to pay money. But the one thing that I do like about Graham Potter is the way he plays football, and I feel like with Brighton, he's done a good job. Even though they were near relegations last season, I do think if he had better players to work with, then he could potentially do a better job than he's been doing at Brighton. And I really did want Poch to come back when we first linked with him. And then that sort of fell through. And then we linked with Conte. And then, I wasn't really on board with that until like towards it actually like happening. So I'm hoping potentially that maybe I hope one day Poch does come back. And I feel like he will. Maybe towards the end of his PSG contract, that will be advisable. But until then, I have no clue. The Pride of Gothenburg, give me your opinion about Paratici and his role. He wants a defensive manager and Levy wants offensive. Will Paratici be fired before Christmas? See, with Paratici, I feel like Levy agreed to give him the footballing decisions, but now these manager deals keep falling through. I'm like, has he really though, or is he still, lurking in the background sort of? I feel like Daniel Levy and Paratici are not going to work. They're not, because if you both want different things for the team, then you can't work together. And to be honest, I don't think he'll be fired before Christmas. I genuinely believe that he will resign. Generally believe that he'll be the one to resign because he doesn't need Tottenham. We need Paratici. And I know he's not the best that we could have gotten as a director of football, but he's the best we could have gotten at the point in time where the club is such a mess. But I do think that if anything's going to happen, whether these deals break down between Paratici and Levy, it will definitely be Paratici resigning because he doesn't deserve this. He doesn't, because he's just been put in the firing line, so people don't take it on Levy. But who knows? These owners are a joke. Yep, I definitely agree with that. They're an absolute joke. We're the laughing stock of the Premier League, and unless we get a manager in soon, that's not going to change. Carl Simpson, I'm starting to believe even more on the rumours that Poch and Leonardo's relationship is completely broken down. Yeah, I've seen rumours about that, and I personally probably think that's true. Whether that changes things with Poch and PSG parting ways, I don't know. I feel like as the way things are going, it's probably too late for Poch to come out with his contract with PSG. He's not the type of person to state publicly that he wants to leave. He's just not the kind of man he is. So I feel like that is probably the only way that he could come out his contract, unless Levy pays compensation, which we know Levy, that's not going to happen whatsoever. No chance. But I'm trying not to get excited whether like when the Poch rumours come about. I just need to not, because I get my hopes up, they come crashing down, and I don't need that. I'm way too annoyed as it is with this whole manager situation. I've honestly never seen a club struggle so much to appoint a new manager. It's just ridiculous. You are spot on there. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I kind of never really touched on Paratici because I've kind of been focused on Levy and Enoch. And I feel like Levy, he's just completely and utterly he's just destroying this club. And every time there's news about a new manager and then talks break down, it's like, well, we all know this. And I genuinely believe that Levy's just trying to go through like literally every manager to then be able to appoint Ryan Mason, just because he wants a yes man, and Ryan Mason would be that yes man. I mean, he's not going to demand budget, is he? He's not really going to demand a lot of money. He's not going to cost a lot. He's not going to demand like loads of staff. You know, he's not going to demand for anything. So I genuinely believe that Ryan Mason if we haven't got a manager in, then Ryan Mason is going to be the manager. Isn't there the thing that he's on standby to take pre-season when it comes back for like, because a few Tottenham players are returning? That just literally just says it right there. Not saying that Poch would come, but I have a friend in France, and they are saying they hate each other. I think my brain is fried. You know, I would want to listen to your friend, but then my hopes are just going to get up, and then I'll end up crashing again, because when it doesn't happen, because we know Daniel Levy and Enoch, they just like to throw out these rumours. So whether to believe them or not, it's hard to say. But if that... wasn't there like rumours like ages ago that either Poch or the director of football, I can't remember his name, you said Leonardo, one of them would be leaving come this season. I feel like, because when it first came out, I thought, okay, Pochettino, that's probably true. Pochettino may be the one leaving, but maybe it's the other way around. Maybe Leonardo will be the one to actually depart. I feel like that's more likely to happen now, as all journalists have been saying that the Poch door has officially closed. I put a comment on Matt's last video with THV celebrating Imagine 2035, and someone replied, "You're a little optimistic there." You know what? I think that's probably true, because the way we're going, we ain't going to get a manager in. I mean, I guess if Ryan Mason is appointed, he'll be a manager, but is he really though? Like, he'll be acting as a manager, but I can't see how it's going to work, because so inexperienced. And like, yes, he did well with the few games that he took charge, but to deal with like transfers and all this like managerial stuff, with someone who is inexperienced, this job is just way too big for Ryan Mason, and I don't want Ryan Mason to take the full front of the fans when things go wrong. It just doesn't. I don't want that for him, and I genuinely would feel sorry for him, because we know how some fans can be. They can be brutal, and I feel like if Ryan Mason is in the firing line, then it's just going to be a disaster. All right, Potter, admittedly, I don't know the figures, but even with a 5-year contract signed, it's only Brighton. I can't imagine it'd be too much money. Nothing like PSG and Poch. Anyway, yeah, I agree. It won't be the same as like PSG and Poch, but Daniel Levy and spending money, we just know that's not his thing. And paying compensation, I don't think he's actually going to pay any money to get a manager in. If he's going to get any manager, I feel like he's going to have to cost no money whatsoever. But maybe Potter is still a possibility. I don't know what the betting is like to see who's like the favourite now. Is Nuno still top? That's something I would like to know. Carl Simpson, I completely agree with you. I got so hurt the first time, and I still can't, and I will stay calm like you. But please, no Mason. Yeah, I agree. I can't. I'm trying to stay calm. I was trying to stay level-headed. I don't want to get too angry because when I get angry, and I don't want you guys to see that. So I'm gonna, try and stay calm about the situation. But yeah, I'm sorry, but I can just see Mason being. It might not happen as manager, but he's gonna take pre-season. I can guarantee you that is literally what's gonna happen. He's gonna take pre-season. We won't have a manager in, and it's just I don't even know what's going to happen with all that. The news surrounding Spurs at the moment feel like it's a random headline generation machine. Exactly, that is exactly what it feels like. And I don't know what to do anymore, honestly. I don't know where we go from here. If you guys have any thoughts of where Tottenham go from here, then I would love to know because I have no clue and it is really frustrating. Conte had some conditions to add to met and Levy choked. Yep. One of them being his backroom staff. This one I just don't understand. Right. Antonio Conte just won the Serie A with Inter Milan and he had 7 backroom staff. So then 7 backroom staff helped him win that trophy, right? So now Antonio Conte wants to have those 7 backroom staff at Spurs. He was willing to accept the job. And one of the main conditions was his backroom staff. But Daniel Levy being Daniel Levy thought, you know what? No, you can have 4 backroom staff. Like, what was he thinking? So you're offering him 4 backroom staff just so you can keep on Ryan Mason and Ledley King. I mean, come on, man. He literally just won a trophy and you're telling him how much backroom staff he can have? Like, I get it. Wages and that. But surely you have to understand that he can't just choose 4 from the 7. Like, what is he like? Is he meant to just choose? Like, I don't get how he's meant to choose 4 from 7 backroom staff. It just doesn't make any sense. And I still struggle to handle it right now. And that being one of them. And we're not ambitious enough. Like, literally, Antonio Conte has literally said Tottenham is not ambitious enough. Or maybe it's just because Daniel Levy and Enoch aren't ambitious enough. Because the fans want to be ambitious. The players clearly want to be ambitious. Like, freaking Harry Kane wants to leave because we're not matching his ambition. And when one of your best players is so determined to leave the football club, surely that's got to be some sort of sign that things need to change. But Daniel Levy is so out of touch with reality that it's just not happening, is it? It's just he just can't see it. Love Lamella, but he's got to go. He's too injured in Sissoko. Diaz, Sanchez, Ori, and Davis. Yep, I agree. I've loved having Lamella. I always feel like he gives 100%. But he's been here for a long time, so definitely he needs to go. He does suffer from quite a few injuries, which we never actually see him get injured. It's like he gets injured in training, which is kind of funny. Sissoko, yep, I agree. He was linked with Napoli, wasn't he? No. And then Daniel Levy increased his price tag. I don't really get that. Like, you're trying to get rid of these players. Stop increasing their price tag. Like, no one is going to pay the money that you want. So just sell it for a cut price and move on. Dyer, yep, agree. Sanchez, yep, they're not good enough. There are too many mistakes in them. Aurier and Davis, yep. Davis, what? Daniel Levy wants 30 million for him? 30 million for Davis. Okay, let's think about this. No. That is just not... That's just not going to happen. 30 million, no. Daniel Levy needs to cut that. 10 million, I think. Or maybe 15 million if we're pushing it. But 30 million, no chance. And Aurier, he already said he wants to leave. PSG, I don't think they want him. So I don't know where he's going to go. But definitely all those players out the door. Jim Bob Jones, to be honest, I take Mason over some of the names put forward. For example, Gattuso or Martinez. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like potentially I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, Martinez, Is he more defensive as well? I feel like he could be. But I don't... yeah, see, none of those names excite me, so it's hard to be like, yes. But I don't know. No manager is going to accept coach manager at Tottenham under Levy without setting plenty of conditions in place. After the way Jose was sacked was a disgrace and pathetic. Yeah, I agree. I feel like we've been rejected by so many managers that we are literally scraping at the bottom for managers. And even when we're getting like Nuno, it's like, oh no, Daniel Levy doesn't want him. Why? Like, why? You literally need a manager. We haven't had a manager in 67 days, and you're debating over Nuno. Really? Like, I get it. He's like, don't get me wrong. I do think he's a good manager, but from going to Poch, Conte, Fonseca to Gattuso, and then to end up with Nuno, it is going to be underwhelming. But we're literally not a big club. We're not. We need people need to stop acting like we're a big club. Daniel Levy needs to stop acting like we're a big club because we're not a big club anymore. We've come a long way from that Champions League final. We're not there anymore. That was a few years ago, and now we're mid-table again. And it's all because Daniel Levy couldn't back Pochettino. If he backed him when he needed to be backed, we would not be sitting here today with no manager after 2 months. No chance. We probably would have won the Premier League by now. We would have won the FA Cup. We might have even won the Champions League. And I know that's really ambitious, but I definitely feel like we could have done. I mean, if he was backed, we could have beaten Liverpool in that Champions League final. But he decided, no, you know what? The team is doing so well. I'm not going to invest. I'm just going to let it, carry on as it is. Chris, well said, Sean. Not leaving in it. I'm not ambitious enough. Yeah, definitely. 4-9 odds of favourite still Nuno. Next best Potter. So the betting says Nuno, but saying that, remember Conte at 1 to 20 odds, and look what happened there. Yeah, so potentially, so Nuno's still being favourite. I feel like that's to be expected, as I feel like at this point I would take Potter over anyone, just because of the way he plays football. That's literally the only reason I'll take him, because he's done well in the Premier League and his attacking football which is what Daniel Levy said he wanted, attacking-minded coach. But now he wanted to appoint Nuno. Like, I get it. It might have been Paratici's decision to go with Nuno, but that manager is not what Daniel Levy said we're going to be trying to get. So who knows what's happening there? It was Napoli. Levy had a bad ending. Increased the price, cost us dearly. Yeah, I don't understand why he increased the price. We were finally gonna get rid of Sissoko, and now he decides, actually no, we're gonna increase the price on Sissoko. Was that just so he didn't get sold? I don't know. 30 mil for Davis. How much for Winks? 60 mil. Is literally why he literally thinks these players are better than they are. And I don't know what he's seeing. Can't he see what we're seeing? I don't know. He's so out of touch. Reality is laughable. How about going after Mancini? Or was that too much ambition for Enoch? Definitely too much ambition there. You're definitely on the mark of that's too ambitious for Daniel Levy. He'd rather go for Ryan Mason. Literally. Honestly, dead cat bounce or not, team improved with Mason. I do agree with that. And with very little time to work with his result in the time he had, especially. Yeah, I do think Ryan Mason did do a good job. He did. I just think that for us to at least try and move forward, we need a manager with more experience. So like a Graham Potter. I feel like that is where we are right now. Obviously, I would still rather have Conte. Sorry. But I do think that that's dead in the water. So Graham Potter would be my next one. Levy doesn't want Nuno is probably the official club statement. The factor conversation was probably reversed. Something was like, you must be joking, Levy, bye. You know what? I'm surprised that Nuno was even in talks, because I'm surprised that any manager will go in talks with Daniel Levy after they've seen the fiasco that is happening, of how every manager is literally doesn't want us. doesn't want Tottenham. It's poisonous. It's toxic, and it is. Like, there's no way we can deny that fact. But I don't understand it. The Leicester result were decent. Yeah, the Leicester result was decent, and I was completely surprised that we actually won that game. That was, yeah, I was shocked by that. I did a live watch along, and I was completely and utterly surprised. 100%. How are we trying to get rid of? Yeah, literally. Like, how? Like, why is he trying to put these price tags up? I don't get it. Definitely not Potter, no way. Okay. If not Potter, who's your main option of going for? Because I don't think you'd want Nuno or Ryan Mason. So who would you think we should go for? Tiddly Winks, like that name. Oriya Sissoko, Dele Gill, and Dyer ought to be shit canned as a matter of urgency. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you most of them, but for Dele, I'm sort of leaning towards giving one more season. Don't come for me. That's just my opinion. I would give him one more season. Yeah, I do feel like there's still a good player in there, and I don't think we're gonna sell loads of players. So I feel like he could be the one that ends up staying. Nope, Levy doesn't see what Sean if he did, he would have got rid of Deadwood by now. Guaranteed. I swear Daniel Levy is just so out of touch, you don't really know what's going to happen now. Are you able to give me 3 reasons why you want to manage Spurs right now? Or a bit of an embarrassment? Honestly, no. I personally can't give you 3 reasons as to why you'd want to manage Spurs. I can't think of any. I could think of loads of reasons why you wouldn't want to manage Spurs, but I can't think of a reason why you'd want to. The problem with Mason is you're really not hearing the real Mason. It's all Levy in his ear. Yeah, I agree. I kind of saw this. What was it when people was like, oh, Daniel Levy picking a team sheet? I mean, because Harry Winks was playing. Wouldn't surprise me because Ryan Mason is obviously going to say yes to whatever Daniel Levy wants. You know, because he probably feels privileged to be in that position. It's like, oh, Daniel Levy's given me this big responsibility and I'm going to do everything that he wants me to. I agree a top experienced manager would be much better. Totally. Yeah, definitely. But are we going to get that? No, because where we're at the moment, I'm thinking a manager with some experience would be optional, but who knows? Maybe a Graham Potter. I keep saying Graham Potter, but he's literally the only one who's fairly experienced that I feel like would be a good option for us. Nuno, as much as you know he is Premier League proven, he's just too defensive. And we don't need defensive because if we're going to be mid-table, we at least want to see attacking football, right? We don't want to see this defensive-minded football. It's just, that's not something that we'd want. Bob Spur TV wants Ryan Mason in. I don't think a lot of people will be all with you on that, but I respect your opinion and I can totally see it happening. I want Poch back, but what would the demands be from Poch since he got last time? Yeah, I mean he would have loads of conditions. Being backed would be one of them. Will that happen? No, because no manager's going to get backed. And there's literally no reason as to why anyone would want to come to Spurs, manager-wise. And we're going to be touching on transfers. So if there is any transfers that you would like to see happen or you think are realistic, let me know and we can discuss them. Bossbar TV. Sean, I'm doing my next episode of In the Water at 10 p.m. Fancy being a guest. Yeah, I will. Can I let you know tomorrow? Just in case I'm doing anything. But yeah, I'll let you know tomorrow for sure. I think Spurs are attracted to a manager stepping up like Potter or anyone like Poch, but they really aren't attracted to established managers with high expectations to deliver things. Definitely, I agree with that. Maybe we need to bite the bullet with Nuno Potter. We need a manager and we have a run of options. I definitely agree with that. I feel like Daniel Levy just needs to make a decision because He just needs to make a decision because this is ridiculous. We can't keep going on this managerial search and literally rejecting them, or they reject us. We just need someone to come in and take over this club because we're running out of time and it's ridiculous. Ryan Mates until showcase. He is to leave it on Zev Wood, play such with Soko. Yep. I agree with you, everything you're saying. First player most competent, tongue in cheek, I'm sure. Lol. Yeah, potentially. I didn't read it that way, but you know. Matt Hayes, nice to see you in here. Out, yeah. MVP Mikey, good to see you in this chat. Yes. How are we doing this fine Friday night? Honestly, not great. This manager thing is ridiculous. I have no words for Daniel Levy anymore. I can't deal. Have you ever really just hated someone so much that you're just fed up of having to discuss them? Because that's how I'm feeling with Daniel Levy at this point. I can't. And Nick as well. Off to a non-football related activity by Jim Bob. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. So have fun with that. Please no Mason in, but fair. You have been saying all along. Yeah, I can see it being Ryan Mason. This club is a shambles and it's taken us with it, definitely. Because we support Tottenham so much and we're never going to stop supporting Tottenham. So we have no choice but to fall down with it. And it's just so sad. And I don't have any words anymore. We're literally falling. It's so sad to see how much we are falling from the Champions League final to now. Yes, Boris Johnson. Please don't bring up Boris Johnson. If anything, just don't, because me and Boris Johnson, you don't want to see that with Ryan. No. I got 4 words, Levy out, in it out. Yep, I agree with that. Definitely. There's not really much else to say apart from that. Whether it realistically happens anytime soon, can't see it happening. But that, they can't run a football club. They literally run it as like it's just a business, and it's not. To the fans, it is not just it's not. It's literally everyone loves the football club so much. Whereas Daniel Levy likes to pretend that he's a fan. I mean, he might want to be a fan, or he might be a fan, or he might but he doesn't care enough about the football club as we do. So that we're getting. I got dispersed because of the offensive, beautiful football. We're Berbatov and Keane. Why are we after offensive managers? Is that the new DNA? Definitely no ambition. I like what you did there. That is so true. I mean, yeah, maybe that's what Daniel Levy meant when he said the DNA of Spurs. Definitely no ambition. You know, I'm gonna nick that. I'm gonna, that you said it perfectly there. No, definitely no ambition. Yeah. We all know that is literally what Daniel Levy's like. The only thing he cares about is money in his own pockets. And that's literally the only thing he cares about. If he cared about the football inside, well, we'd have a manager. The manager would get backed. He would stop making footballing decisions. Stop being involved. I get it, you're the chairman, but you can't make a football decision to save your life. And you're running this football club into the ground. And yeah, so that's pretty much what I have to say to that. I've been a fan for over 30 years and it physically hurt. Yeah, I haven't been a fan for 30 years, so I can't imagine what you're going through. So I'm only 22, so I'd say I've been a fan for what? When I started watching football, I was probably about 5 or 6, so most of my life, but not that long. So say 17 years maybe. Who do you want us to sign? Obviously, I would want to sign 2 centre backs, maybe Anderson, one of them. Sabitzer, I've liked the look of him, especially when he's performed with Austria. He's looked really, really good. So I would want to see Sabitzer come in. Was it 15 million that it could potentially cost? So whether these are trying to be realistic, but I can't see any player wanting to come to us. So there's that. Who else? Am I allowed to say Dybala? I know it's not going to happen, but I would want to see us to sign Dybala. I'm probably giving everyone flashbacks, but Dybala. Say if Harry Kane potentially leaves, let's just say he does. Can I say Haaland? Can I say that? Because I know it's not going to happen. That is like impossible to happen. But I'm just going to say Haaland. Champions League final season 2018-2019, but back it, we were already declined by then. Yep, I do think that's true. We'd like to get to that final. Lucky and fortunate we had Lucas Moura. Yep, and Lucas Moura should have played in the Champions League final. I still think about that to this day. Lucas Moura should have had a start in that final. He literally got us to the semi-final by himself. And I love Poch, but I don't agree with that decision to leave out Moura. Like, why would you bench a player that got a hat-trick and literally won you the semi-final to get you to a Champions League final for the first time in your history, you get to a final and you don't play the player who got you there? I get it, Harry Kane was back from injury, but he was not fit. He was not. So that literally was a disaster. And before that, we should have had been backed. They can't run a bath, let alone a football club. In his interview, it was a joke. It wasn't even funny, to be fair. You know what? I was laughing internally, but on the outside, I was just so pissed off, and I was just like, "You're just talking shit, mate. Like, you literally, literal bullshit is coming out of your mouth. Like, it was a PR stunt. I'm like, you know what would have made that interview even better if the fans, if some fans were there and they were able to ask him questions, ask him anything that they wanted. That would have made it even better. Literally, because he'd probably set out the questions, let me ask me this, ask me that, and I'll prepare my answers to make it sound not like a PR stunt. But Levy's so out of touch with reality, and it's just not going to happen, is it? He's just going to throw everyone else under the bus and be like, you know what? It's the fans. The fans are asking too much. When literally all we want is to be a successful football club, and he doesn't get that. That's chapter 9. I bet those 17 years feel like 100. Definitely like 100. I can't imagine what your 30 years feel like. I feel like these past 2 months have felt like a lifetime. If he cared about his club, he would invest the money back into the club. He would have kept and backed Poch, agreed 100%. But no, he does the complete opposite. Whenever we have had a sniff of success, he bought it. I agree. I think, you know what? I think Daniel Levy's scared of success. I think he thinks that if we win that first trophy, the fans are going to expect even more and more. And he just can't handle it. He just can't handle that feeling of, oh, we're going to be successful. Oh, but we can't be successful, because if we're successful, then people are just going to expect it. I think that's Daniel Levy's problem. We're heavily linked with Martial, by the way. Oh, God. I don't want Martial. I'm sorry. I get it. He can be a good player. But what has he done? For Man United, what has he actually done? Because if we're replacing Harry Kane with Martial, we might as well stay at home. Because you can't go from Harry Kane to Martial. You can't. You just can't. How about signing my fellow countryman Isaac, Sweden striker? I haven't seen too much of him. I've seen him in his Euros, but apart from that, I haven't actually seen him play more. So Let me know, what is he like? Like, what's his goal scoring like? 2017, 2022, you see things going downhill, definitely. I was kind of I was in denial back then. You know, I was like, no, you know what? We got to Champions League final without Harry Kane. Like, we're fine. But I'm so glad I've woken up now. I'm so glad. Because if I was still acting like that now, I don't even know what would be happening. Leaving out Lucas was one of Portugal's mistakes. Agreed. As I said, David streams one, I'm surprised the screen didn't turn brown with the amount of BS coming out of Levy's mouth. Definitely. You guys are hilarious. But yeah, that's so true. I don't understand how he can think that he can just say things like that and literally think the fans are going to believe it. I just don't get it. Because he's seen the backlash on like the Super League and everything. So how... I just don't understand. Isaac is an amazing player, completely agree. Yeah, I had to watch more of him. I will definitely be watching like the Euros, carrying with watching Euros. So I definitely will be looking out for that Sweden Ukraine game if I can get my words out. And I'll definitely be checking that out. And I will keep an eye on him just to see how he plays. Spot on there, that's why I fired Jose. A trophy or big manager will mean investing. We can't have that. Now can we, Mr. Levy? No. A trophy or big manager will definitely mean investing, and we all know Daniel Levy. The only thing he invests in is more money for his back pocket. As long as he has money, then you know the football club comes second. And I just don't understand. Ridiculous. So guys, if you're watching this, make sure to give this video a like and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. There will be more live streams coming. Also, when the Premier League is back, I'm not looking forward to it, but when the Premier League is back, I will be doing live watch-alongs to every single game. So, and I will be having guests on to join me for some of those live watch-alongs. So if you do want to potentially come on a live stream with me for a live watch-along, then be sure to subscribe and like this video. And I am thinking of doing channel members. So if you do want to become a channel member, that will give you more chance of coming onto the live stream. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure when that's going to be happening, but if you do want to become a channel member, let me know. You can like DM me my Twitter, as all my links are linked in the description box below. Just my name, shaunnahblaney. So yeah, if you want to do that, then let me know. And yeah, I'll be having guests on with my next live stream as well. When we finally appoint a manager, that's going to be an exciting live stream because we still don't know who it's going to be. It could be literally anyone. And it's just, you know, it is what it is. Because he thought we were gullible and blind to see what he's using the club as his property portfolio, so that's why, but fails to realise we actually see it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, eventually he's going to have to wake up, right? I mean, you can't carry on like this. I don't see where it ends though, and that's the problem. MVP Mikey, I can do the first game of the season watch along. Yep. If you want to be the first one on the live watch along with me for the Man City game, then you are welcome. I will DM you. Try get on Bob's Plus show as opposed to like, yeah, I will. I definitely will. I'll just have to see what I'm doing tomorrow, and then I'll see if I can come on. But yeah. Off now, Shauna. Nice to see you. Yep, nice to see you too. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, Shauna, how are you? Brian, I'm all right. Obviously, this whole manager situation is annoying, but I'm all good apart from that. How are you? I've been saying all along this is Levy sticking it to the fans about not backing the Super League. Oh my god, if that is actually the reason why he's doing all this, then I honestly have no more words for Daniel Levy. None. Oh god, that's City. Yep, it is. That's gonna be a fun game to watch. I'm not looking forward to it whatsoever. Especially if Harry Kane's playing on the other team. That's not gonna be fun either. I genuinely don't know how I'm going to cope with that game. So I generally need someone there to help me cope with the game. So if you're still willing to join that live stream, then I would definitely appreciate that because I won't be able to cope on my own. I'll be going mad. He will carry on as long as money made of ticket renewals. Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's going to be buying these tickets. Like, I get it. Like, if you don't buy it, someone else is going to get that seat, which I get. But we need to hit him where it hurts. Cut off his money supply. That's what we have to do. Though I'm Swedish, I'm an England fan first since 1998, so I'm in double pain. Hey, that was the year I was born, 1998. Yeah, I feel ya. Or at least I'm trying. Yeah, I feel you as well. Like, oh, I'm good. And feelings towards Levy a lot. Yeah, I definitely know. I do enjoy your rants about Levy. Honestly, they're hilarious. Keep up with what you're doing there with Tottenham away. You're doing great, and all the good things are to come. And let's hope we can get a manager in. And the corrupt FA, who's also afraid to get a real offensive manager. Sorry, my fellow Lily Whites, but I want Wenger in England. You want Wenger? Wait, are you saying that you want Wenger to... I don't know if I'm reading that wrong. Do you want Wenger to be our manager? Because I can't imagine that. The man called Brian Daigle. Yep, big up, Brian. We are going to smash City. I hope. Try having a brother-in-law who is a City fan. Yeah, I don't have anyone who is a City fan. Most people I know are Spurs fans, and some people I know are Arsenal fans. Awkward. But yeah, I hope we smash City. But as things are going, we're going to get smashed by City. Especially if they get Grealish and Harry Kane. Oh god, I can't deal with that. Yeah, I'm 100% down, should be fun, but to be fair, we like beating City at home. Yeah, that is true. We do have a good record against City at home. But I just think with them potentially signing Grealish and Kane, we're on the way down. We have no manager and it's nearly pre-season. So I can't see us beating City. But maybe that will change if we sign some players and bring in a manager. That'd be great. All I want is a manager. And to get rid of this Deadwood. Is that too much to ask? I feel like it is. But we're... I'm not looking forward to the City game. Nope, neither am I. I am honestly... I'm just generally... I'm going to watch, obviously, because it's Tottenham. But I can't get excited for it. He would play offensive football, look at defensive players. I can't stand a defensive manager again. I think Wenger will do a great job. Okay, look. I get it. You want a manager. I want a manager. But to get Arsene Wenger to come to Tottenham is not the answer. We can't have an old Arsenal manager become a manager. Like, I respect your opinion and everything. But for Tottenham, to go that far down and bring in Arsene Wenger, for me, that is just not the road we need to go down. And I feel like if we go down that road, then Tottenham, until Levy and Enoch are out, we're going to stay there. Maybe this is Levy plan. Everyone laughing at us. and they'll all underestimate us and we can beat them all. I'll put the beer down now. Yeah, I feel like this probably is Levy's plan because there's no other reason why I'd be doing this. He literally just wants to make us all mad. And maybe it does have something to do with Super League, as someone mentioned before. It wouldn't surprise me. I feel like he hates Spurs fans, genuinely. I think he'll go into hibernation for a City game. Yeah. I can't see him going to that game because can you imagine the reception Daniel Levy would get if he goes to the Man City game or literally any game this season? Can you imagine the reception? Like it's not good. It's not going to be good. It's just not going to be good. Hell, let's get Harry back. Love those transfer days. Well, Harry Redknapp. I mean, would I take him? I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. I don't want to say yes. I don't. Don't get me wrong. He was good for us, but he got us our first Champions League finish. So maybe potentially, but I don't know. I'm a bit on that. No to England. I'm talking England, never Spurs. Okay, thank God for that because I was literally so shocked. I don't know why I thought you meant Spurs. But you wanted to go to England. I don't know. I just think if Gareth Southgate gets fired from England, he might be interested in the Spurs job. So I think the best thing for Gareth Southgate is to stay England manager because we can't have Gareth Southgate coming to the Spurs. And I generally think that if he was to get fired, then Daniel Levy would consider Gareth Southgate. And can you imagine us having Gareth Southgate as come from England to become Spurs manager? Because I can't see why that's going to be a thing. I can't. It just doesn't make sense to me. I love Redknapp, but he is retired. Yeah, I mean he could come out of retirement, I guess, but he doesn't need that stress. And the job of Spurs manager is too stressful for anyone to deal with. Levy's lucky I am working in North East because if I was at the game, I'd use Levy every game he's there. Yeah, if I could get down to the state, to the games and stuff, I would literally be the same. What makes it worse is for us, we spent all season laughing at the shit across London. And they are about to buy a 50 million defender. They're laughing out. Yeah, definitely. Ben White, I still don't think he's worth 50 million. But as much as I'm against the price tag, they are strengthening the defence whilst we can't get a manager in. So we are turning to laughingstock. And generally, can you imagine Arsenal finishing above us next season? Because I can see it happening. If we don't get started with this get a manager in, just get a freaking manager in, sell some of this deadwood, get some new players in, sort out defence, then we're going to be mid-table. They could potentially be, 6th, 5th next season. And we didn't go through all of this just to finish below Arsenal again. Because Daniel Levy can't back any manager and he just can't sign any manager. How about nicking Lacazette from Arsenal? Don't get me wrong, Lacazette is a good player. And they are selling him this season. Is that guaranteed or whatever? But can you see Lacazette go from Arsenal to Spurs? Because I can't. Rivalry aside, would that be a step up? And that is really painful to say, but would go from Arsenal where they were last season compared to where we were last season. Is going from Arsenal a step up? Coming to Tottenham, is it a step up? Because I don't think it is. I will take Saka from Arsenal. Yep, I agree. I like Saka. He's a good player. Definitely needs to be a starter for England. And it reminds me, I will be doing a predicted lineup to the England-Germany game. A predicted lineup as well as who I think should start. So it's kind of a bit of both. So I'll be look out for that. That'll be coming on the channel soon in the next few days. So that'll be my next video. I take Smith Rowe and Tini from them. Other than that, F them. Yeah, Smith Rowe is a good player, but isn't he signing a contract? And Tini just signed a new deal as well. So the likelihood of those things potentially happening or not happening is definitely just not going to happen. oh, the scum will end up above us. Thank Levy for that. Yep, I definitely will thank Levy for that because he's literally ruining this football club. And the fact that Arsenal could potentially challenge for something next season, whereas we're literally going to be mid-table. We've got to thank Daniel Levy and Enoch for their incompetence. So thanks, Levy, for this because you're literally destroying every Spurs fan all over the world. But hey, I did see some good news from Sonny that he wants to stay at Tottenham and he has big things to achieve as Tottenham. So that contract signing maybe potentially could be happening very soon. So at least that is some good news. I love Sonny and the fact that he wants to stay honestly surprises me, but it also does show his loyalty and how much he loves the club. So I'm happy about the potential fact of Sonny staying and signing a new contract. Honestly, he deserves it. That pay rise, deserves it. And some people might knock him for wanting to stay, but I'm not going to knock him for it. I want him to stay. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, he deserves to win trophies, and he might not do that at Tottenham at this current moment in time, but I'm not going to knock him for wanting to stay. Because at the end of the day, we're still going to support Tottenham. So he might love the club as much as we do, and he would rather stay and potentially not win anything, but might potentially not win anything, but he loves the club that much that he's wanting to stay. So I'm not gonna get angry at him for that. Nice one, Sonny. Gotta love Ronaldo. Yeah, definitely. I don't think anyone can dislike Sonny. Like you just love him. If I'm having a down day, I would honestly just watch videos of Sonny because he just makes me laugh every single time I see him, and because he's just so happy, like you're instantly happy. Did you see some news report linking Lampard to us tonight? No, I didn't see that. But yeah, no, thank you. Sorry. I mean, he got Chelsea to top 4, but not what we need. And would you take Gerrard? I get that he won the Scottish Premier League with the Rangers, but I do feel like that league is easier than the Premier League, so I don't think I would take Gerrard. And I feel like not the question would you take Gerrard? I think the question is would Gerrard take Spurs? I feel like that's the question we need to ask ourselves. It's not whether we want the manager, it's whether the manager would want us. And I feel like that's where we need to realise where we're at right now. That we're so desperate for a manager, and I think managers can just see that. But Daniel Levy is so stubborn that he won't give them what they want, even though we are desperately needing a manager. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm sure tomorrow will be linked with another manager. I'm sure someone new will become a favourite. I'm just expecting all of that. The pressure from South Korea is huge though. They want him in Champions League. And money talks. That's why Levy can't keep his PS going. Kane is out because of it. So I'm afraid we'll lose Son. Yeah, I do feel like the pressure from South Korea probably is, huge. And I can understand why they want him in Champions League. Like he wants to be in Champions League. But I honestly do believe that Son will stay. I do think he'll sign that contract. I definitely think that before that happens, the manager will have to come in. And obviously Daniel Levy will going to have to pull his finger out his arse to get that sorted. And Kane going, I don't think that has any bearing on Sonny. Obviously they're good mates and everything, and the partnership they have is insane. And I generally can't imagine Kane and Son not playing together. But at the end of the day, I do think, Son is more likely to stay than Kane. Son is more likely to sign a new contract than Kane. So even though I feel like Kane to Man City is still a possibility, I do feel like Kane will be a Tottenham player come next season. I do. I don't think that Man City will pay 150 million for him. And maybe them trying to offer players. No players want to come to Tottenham. You don't go from Man City to Tottenham from where we are at this moment in time. That's just not something that's going to happen. We are such in a mess. Yep, we definitely are. Please just get this sorted. It's not good for all our health. Yeah, it's not good for all our health. I get so stressed over this managerial situation, and it's like there's transfers to think about. And then there's the fact that pre-season is nearly here. The prospect of Harry Kane leaving to go to Man City. And we all know if that happens, then the Man City are going to win the league for years to come. I agree, if they get Grealish, they won't get Kane until next season. Yeah, what is this thing with Man City not spending more than like 65 million on a player, but then they're willing to pay over 100 million for 2 players in one transfer window? I just don't get that. They've obviously got the dough, they've got the money to spend. Them getting Grealish, I can see happening. And I read something that they're willing to wait for Kane until next season. So maybe Grealish this season and Kane next season. I have said all along, if Kane doesn't leave this season, that it will be next season. But everyone is so sure that he's leaving this season that they just talk about it way too much. And we all know Sky, they've got an agenda against Spurs. They've got an agenda against Kane. We all know this. How about Rory's 1 year left? Right, yeah, he does have 1 year left. I think I saw some rumours that we're looking at Levy's replacements. So he's a potential player that could be leaving. Would I rather him stay? Yep. I mean, obviously 1 year left. He's not gonna sign a new contract, I don't think. But I do hope he stays for that 1 year. And then I don't know where he's gonna go after that. City's owners care about winning and trophies. Yeah, that's definitely true. Obviously, we moan about the money they spend, but would we want to spend money like them to be able to win trophies? Obviously, like, no one's gonna not want that. Sammy, it's good to see you in the chat. Maybe better to get Nuno now at pre-season transfer window. Then Conte too late on. We're not transferring him the season. Yeah, but I do agree with that. I just think everyone's just so underwhelmed by Nuno that they just don't want him. But I feel like you'd rather get Nuno than be left in a situation where it's like pre-season and you haven't got a manager in, which is potential because they got Ryan Mason on standby to take pre-season. So who knows what's going to happen. But I still think, come all this, Ryan Mason will end up being our manager. We all know Levy, if he doesn't get the money, he won't go. True. Levy does not care about gentlemen's agreements. Yeah. There's one man that you don't want to get into negotiations with, and that's Daniel Levy, because you know Daniel Levy is not going to accept anything less than what he actually wants. So remember that Poch will be for a year, so we only need to save pounds for 1 season. Yep, but we've been dealing this for so long. I don't think I can handle another season of averageness, poor football. Like, if we get a defensive manager in, I don't think I can sit there for a whole season and just watch us play defensive. Like, don't get me wrong, I was in with it, Mourinho, like, because things were going well, but then things just started going bad. And if we don't get some of these players out, then I struggle to see where we're going to finish next season. Top 10 at a push. Like, we're not going to win anything next season. So there's that as well. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like this stream. And if you want to see more content from me, be sure to subscribe as well. More live streams coming your way, so be sure to look out for those. And also, I'm just letting you guys know, you can send in super chats if you want to support the channel. So if that's something that you'd want to do, like send in a super chat, then the option is there. But yeah, Arsenal's a great goalkeeper, Sweden's goalkeeper. He was second keeper on loan to Everton last season. I do think I remember him. We all remember the FA Cup game at Goodison Park. He was a goalkeeper then. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say no. We should have got Rabia for a year as his safe pair of hands until Poch is available. Yeah, potentially. I mean, I wouldn't, at this point, I wouldn't really be against anyone, but who knows? He has been great this Euros. Yeah, I agree with that from what I've seen of him, definitely. We love a super chat. Yeah, I mean, the options there. I mean, last time was insane. I still can't believe that actually happened. But yeah, that was a great live stream last time. So guys, I think I'm gonna end this stream soon. I do have to get up really early for work, so I do just want to say before the ending of the live stream, thank you again for tuning in, and I hope to see you back on my channel sometime in the future. I'll let you guys know on my Twitter when my next live stream will be, and hopefully it'll be one where we actually have a manager, because that is literally all I'm praying for is a manager. Just that's all I want. Is that really so much to ask for? Is a manager? Carl Simpson, great show, Shauna. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I hope to see you again soon. And if you ever do want to come on as a guest, you are welcome. Whether it be just one of these streams, a chillax sort of stream, or if you want to do a live watch along with me for next season, then let me know. I think the goalkeeper situation is very important. Lloris being a rock for us, and we need a great keeper. Agree, definitely. I'm trying to think of goalkeepers that would be on the same level as Lloris, and it's really hard to do so because I did like the look of Donnarumma, but obviously he's going to PSG, so that is off the table. It's very hard to think of goalkeepers for some reason. Yeah, great. Yes, good live stream. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you. No problem. Pope. Yeah. Obviously, I do think it. Will he cost like 30 million? Do you think? I do like the look of him. I do think he's a good goalkeeper. But I don't know. Is Daniel Levy gonna? Because it all comes down to Daniel Levy and whether he's actually gonna spend money. That's just the thing. Nuno can bring Patricia. Yeah, that is an option. If Nuno does come in, that is a potential. I mean, he's having a good Euros as well, so I do think that could be a potential thing, a transfer that could happen. He's playing a great show. Thank you very much. I think we keep Lloris and let him go on a free next season. Yeah, I do. That is a possibility, and I kind of hope that happens because obviously, what is he, 34 now? So I do think he's still a great goalie. Like there's no denying that, and he had an amazing season last season as well. So I do think if we keep him for one more season, and then we let him go on a free, and that gives us a year, to think of other options for goalkeepers. Obviously, we still have Joe Hart, and he's got one season left, and I don't think we'll be giving him a new contract. So I don't mind having Joe Hart as a backup, but we would need a major replacement for Lewis if he does. If today, if this season is to be his last, then we need a major replacement. Tony89 called THFC. Hello, hope you're okay. I'm all good. How are you? Nuno would not be my first choice. My first choice would be Roberto Martinez. That's interesting. I haven't seen a lot of people wanting Martinez. So it's like Martinez, you're like number one choice as who we can get, or is it just instead of you just don't want Nuno, so you'd rather Martinez? Is that kind of the way you're going? Hart is not good enough. I vote for Pope too. Yeah, I don't think Hart is good enough to be like number one. But as a backup goalkeeper, I'm not against it. Obviously, you would prefer someone a bit better, but I'm not totally against it. Obviously Pope, yeah, he's a good manager. And there's just some big news about Gareth Southgate. I'm just gonna let you guys know what I've just seen. So the FA wants Southgate to remain as England boss. So that is all good for Tottenham fans. Gareth Southgate and the FA wanting him to stay England manager. So that's a good thing. That's good. I couldn't cope if we ended up with Gareth Southgate. I think we're all desperate for a manager, and once that is sorted, we can go from there. Yeah, I agree with that. That's just what I want. I just want the manager in. I mean, if it is to be Nuno, then it's Nuno. I don't think we are in a position to turn down managers. We're just not, because we're in a desperate situation. I'm pretty sure all managers can see that we're in a desperate situation. So we're not in that position to say no to managers. So I just don't get why Daniel Levy can't just say, we're appointing this manager. Obviously, it's not going to be the appointment well. Obviously, it's going to be underwhelming. We're not going to want them, but we're going to have to back them no matter what. Amazing. Hi to you guys. Hi, how are you? I hope you're good. He's definitely my number one choice. Okay, that we could get. He's out of contract after Euros to me. It's simple. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if we were to wait until after Euros to finish, then that I feel like that is probably one of the main options to happen. No, not for us England fans. Yeah, look, if it's either Spurs or England, what are you going to go for? I'm going to go for Spurs. I want the best for Spurs. Obviously, England, I love England, and I want England to win a trophy. But I'd rather see Spurs win the Premier League than see England win the Euros or the World Cup. So that's where I'm at with that. Nuno this season and Poch next season is weird. You know what? I wish it was that simple, Sam. I really do wish it was that simple. But just in life in general, and having Daniel Levy as chairman and Enoch as owners, that is literally it's not going to be that easy. But I like your thinking. I will take that. Where will we finish with Nuno next season? 8th? 9th? I think. Maybe. I think top 5 Nuno, it is the best squad than Wolves. You were optimistic, Sam. You were on a roll today. I just don't see it. But I do like your optimism. Normally I would be like that and like hopeful, but for some just the way I'm feeling now and like the way things are going, I just can't feel that way. Wenger in England and Conte for Spurs, my choice. Yeah, I would take that. Obviously, Conte right now would be my number one choice, considering we can't get Pochettino. But yeah, I would take Conte. And I still can't believe we were so close to getting Antonio Conte. But then Daniel Levy just decided, you know what, I'm going to screw this up for you guys. You're too happy for me. Southgate can stay. The FA is yes man, not Levy's yes man. Yep, definitely. I think top 4, Nuno is Pochettino to point. Again, you are someone else who's very, very optimistic. I mean, obviously, I don't see that happening, but I hope to be proven wrong. I don't want Southgate anywhere near Spurs. Yep, I agree. The fall honestly frightens me. It honestly does. I still have faith that Tottenham will finish high next season, like top 6. Yep. I mean, at this current moment in time, my opinions of where we could finish could potentially change depending on transfers, manager. So as for now, I don't see us finishing there. But again, I like you guys' optimism. It's good to have optimism. And obviously right now it's very hard to find anything to be positive about. But I do respect your guys' opinions. And you can be optimistic for me, because this moment in time, I just can't. So guys, I think I'm going to end my live stream here. I do really just want to thank you all for tuning in. It's been a good live stream, and my next live stream I will be having guests on. Right, before I end, there's just this comment here. Spurs have world-class training facilities, youth academy and stadium. I think any decent manager should do well. Jose was too old school, would be better for sure. Yep, I agree. To think where we are with like the stadium, the training facilities, and just like everything, it is hard to think that we are just trying to look for just trying to find a manager, but maybe Jose wasn't the best option at the time, and potentially Nuno could do a better job. Carl Sips says night all, good night. I will DM you, don't you worry. Too much optimism, maybe for me. Stay safe, peace out. Yeah, good to see you. Hope to see you again soon. Pilot Gothenburg, thank you and see you next time. Yeah, definitely will. Danny, big up to you too. But yeah, guys, again, just thank you again for tuning in. I'll let you guys know on my Twitter when my next live stream is going to be, and I hope to see you all there. But too much pessimism. Look, normally I'm optimistic, but you got to allow it. You got to allow me to be a pessimist at sometimes. But yeah, again, I will see you in my next live stream. And yeah, bye guys.